if you can spark people's interest and make people be like, yo, where'd you get that from? Boom. You that's the hook right there. You know, you fishing, you hook them in. Yo, where'd you get that shirt from? Now they're on your website trying to get that same hoodie, and then that same person gonna have the effect on this other person. Like, hey, where'd you get that? Hey, where'd you get that? Hey, where'd you get that? Yo. What it do? Actually, hold on. Whatever. What it do? It's your boy D.evotion Taurus. And we back again with another video, man. And today we are going to be going over something about merch, right? So merch, which is short for merchandise, apparel. Not really just apparel, but pretty much anything. If you have cups, mugs, or whatever, it could be clothes. It could be anything that has your artist brand on it. That is considered merch. Stickers, phone cases, backpacks, duffel bags, whatever, hoodies, shirts, etc. Right. So one thing that I've noticed with a lot of musicians, up and coming musicians or independent musicians, when they try and sell merch, is that I look at this as kind of like an error, not really an error, but like a mistake that a lot of musicians make, right? A lot of really up and coming musicians make, is that they'll just slap their name on a t-shirt or something and then expect to just sell that. And my whole thing is, right, it has to be more than that, right? Especially when you're an up and coming artist, when you don't really have much of a brand, you really don't have much of a buzz or anything like that. Slapping your name on just any piece of clothing and expecting to sell that isn't really going to do much for you. And I say that because your name don't really have much weight to it. So since your name doesn't have much weight to it, and you don't have like a really like a fan base per se, it's just gonna be a waste of time. You're really not gonna sell that much because all you're doing is just selling something with your name on it. Anybody can do that. And what I come to realize is, over the course of years, I've been to different events. I've been to concerts, and I've been to events with independent artists, major artists, different things like that. And one thing, I'll give you like an example, right, of this of a situation where like I kind of just picked this up, right? This was like some years ago, but it was around the time The Weeknd was on tour. And I remember I was working with someone and they had this hoodie, right? It was a Weeknd hoodie, the singer, The Weeknd, right? And I looked at the hoodie, and then it didn't even really have his name on it. You kind of had to look hard to find his name, but I'm trying to remember what the hoodie looked like, but I remember it was a camo hoodie. It had like a massive XO on it, and the design was crazy. Like, I forgot what was on it, but it was crazy. I was like, yo, where'd you get that? Now, mind you, I never thought it was a Weeknd hoodie. Like, I just thought it was some hoodie they got from some store, some high-end store, because it looked high-end. It was like some hoodie from some high-end store. It just looked fire. And I was like, yo, where'd you get this hoodie? And he was like, oh, like, I got it from the Weeknd concert. And I'm like, The Weeknd selling hoodies like that? I'm like, yo, this joint crazy. So, and then it dawned on me that if that was just a random hoodie that just said The Weeknd on it, I wouldn't have paid it no mind. I'd be, oh, okay, Weeknd hoodie, But the way it was designed, crazy. I was like, yo, this is nuts. So, after that, over the course of time, I've been, doing like research on, merch and things like that. And I realized that And the Weeknd is a very popular artist. At the time, he could have just thrown his name on it and his hoodies would have still sold, but he sold a fashion statement, right? He sold something that people can wear anyway, regardless if they're a Weeknd fan or not. And that kind of like what sparked this idea about merch, about artists selling their merch. It has to be something that grabs people attention, right? It has to be something that grabs people attention and something that's outside the norm, outside of, oh, let me throw my name on something. Now, of course, as an upcoming artist, you do have to put your name somewhere because people want to know where where that hoodie is from, or where that, because at the time I don't think the Weeknd name was on it, so I had to ask what kind of hoodie that was. The XO kind of gave it away, but I still had to figure out like where the hoodie was from. So that was kind of like the flaw. So yeah, always put your name or something on it that, your website, something on it to where people can find you. So don't get it twisted. Don't not put your name on it at all. Put your name on it, but have a unique design to where it's like, oh, this is tough. So people can start asking questions, right? People can be like, yo, where'd you get that shirt? Yo, where'd you get that hoodie? Yo, where'd you get that that whatever, the sticker or whatever? And once people start asking questions, that's when the snowball effect hit. People find you, people can Google you, all that stuff. And then from there, it's a done deal. Then you got yourself a new customer without even trying. You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing where, where that, where the fan came from. You got a new fan all of a sudden. It's a compounding effect, right? So, it's just, you really have to take in consideration the type of designs that you are putting on your merch. Just slapping your name on it, it's boring. And don't get me wrong, I did that before for a while, man. When I first started making merch, I just had, a black t-shirt with my website on it. It was just like www.doneltorres.com. Like that was it. And then I was just like, man, I was like, I don't have enough, I'm not making any sales. I don't have enough weight to my name to really sell this. Now if you go to my merch, you'll see like design, you'll see designs. I don't have that much merch out. I'm still working on, getting my merch up. But if you go to, my website, doneltorres.com, or you go to my link tree, my bio, my Instagram, you click on my merch, I have a few shirts and hoodies up there, and you'll see like the type of designs that I do have. They have like pictures on it and different things like that. They're like graphic tees. So people, it's not just a random t-shirt with a name on it. It's an actual design. Now in the future, of course, I want to get into more of the fashion aspect of it. But for now, this is what I have and this is what I designed. So, you have to, as an artist, as an independent artist at that, you have to really think about those type of things and figure out how you want to brand yourself and how you want to spark people's interest. Because if you can spark people's interest and make people be like, yo, where'd you get that from? Boom, you that's the hook right there. You fishing, you hook them in. Yo, where'd you get that shirt from? Now they're on your website trying to get that same hoodie, and then that same person gonna have the effect on this other person. Like, hey, where'd you get that? Hey, where'd you get that? Hey, where'd you get that? Now next thing you know, you're freaking selling hoodies and t-shirts and all types of stuff because of your unique design. You have a unique design that I didn't hit the mic. You have a unique design that is specific towards your style. And make sure you stay true to your style. Don't just try and get like random things. Make sure you have something that's very true to your style. Like for me, Donnell Torres, right? I'm a Taurus. So a lot of my merch designs have like bull inspired themes to it, but it's still a graphic tee on it. And just because I'm Donnell Torres, that doesn't mean people who aren't Tauruses can't rock my stuff. It just have a bull design on it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's unique to my brand. So when people see it, they're like, oh, okay, that's Donnell Torres. That's his shirt. you know, but it's not over the top to where it's like, oh yeah, Donnell Torres all over here, DonnellTorres.com. It's like, it's very subtle, you know. So, you know, that's really my whole thing with the merch, and I just wanted to touch on that aspect because I see a lot of independent artists. I went to a lot of shows where it's like the artist to be like, oh, let me let me print up some shirts with my name on it and try and sell that. And no, that's boring. Like, you want to have a unique taste or unique sense of fashion when it comes to your merch, so people will buy it without they don't even have to like your music. They could just like the shirt and then just want to buy it because they just want to wear the shirt or wear the hoodie or whatever. You know, it's just, sometimes that's what it takes. So you got to think of all aspects of your brand, because, you know, nowadays it's not about the music, or not just about the music anymore. It's about all aspects of your brand. So always keep that in mind. A little something for y'all, man. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the boy. Without any further ado, I'm out. Yeah, let's go.